So the world of TTRPGs can be vast and scary, and if anything, it is only getting bigger. So which system should you run? Do you go with the Old Faithful? Or perhaps its goth cousin? Hi, I'm Dragon, the Heavy Metal Game Master, and today I am going to unpack two of my favorite TTRPG systems to run. The first system that I wanted to unpack with you today was the Age system. The Age system is a vast and varied game system with multiple settings and books under its name. It's also my main system. I run Fantasy Age regularly and I absolutely love it. It is fantastic. The Age system uses 3 6-sided dice, or 3d6, as its core dice mechanic. Note that you need to be able to tell one of these dice from the other two, so make it a different color or design or something. This is a special die in the system called the Stunt, Drama, or Dragon die, depending on the game that you're running. When you make a check, you roll your 3d6 and add any bonuses and subtract any penalties that you may have. Bonuses are received from your character's ability score and focuses. Focuses are your character's specialties in certain areas and are almost always a +2 to your roll. Now remember that third dice I mentioned? If you succeed on your roll and you have rolled doubles on any 2 of the 3 dice, you generate stunt points, or SP as it's normally known. These can be used to perform stunts in different scenarios, which will usually help you in your endeavors. And the number that is shown on your stunt dice is the amount of stunt points you have to spend. This means that instead of just doing the best that you can or doubling your damage, you can use your stunt points to do different or interesting things to help you in your encounters. So now for the pros and cons. Pro: it is highly customizable. Though the starting classes are fairly generic, through this system's focuses, talents, and specializations, you can usually tailor your character to whatever you want to play, with really only a few limitations. The stunt system feels beautifully fresh and exciting, adding wonderful flavor and variation to your crit checks, giving your players a wonderful feeling of agency over their character's actions and creating far more memorable moments in games. Now for the cons. The dreaded hit point swell. In the Age system, or at least in Fantasy Age, characters start with HP equal to their Constitution, plus 1d6, plus 20 to 30 depending on their class. They then gain health each level equal to 1d6 plus Constitution between levels 2 and 10, and then just their Constitution from 11 to 20. Now this may not sound like much, but when added to their character's strengths, focuses, and talents, it can lead to some very overpowered characters, which makes balancing fights and building tension highly difficult. Con number 2, I find the magic system can seem a bit underwhelming. While there is nothing particularly wrong with it, the magic system in Fantasy Age, when coming from other systems, can feel a little underwhelming in its power and variety. Now this is entirely a comparison issue, and if you're coming straight into Fantasy Age, it probably doesn't feel that bad, but especially when related to other more popular systems that have a vastly more powerful magic system, magic users in Fantasy Age may feel a little jibbed. But at the end of the day, despite its flaws, I still think Age is a fantastic system and I would highly recommend you run it, at least once. If you would like a copy of Fantasy Age, I have put links in the doobly-doo to the 2nd edition core rulebook. I would highly recommend you pick it up. Do you want to make awesome immersive TTRPG maps that fit the encounters that you're running? Would you like software and toolkits to help you make said maps? Then you need to go check out our channel affiliate, ARKENFORGE. ARKENFORGE provide awesome software and toolkits to make your own TTRPG maps that can be used in person or online. They have a number of themes available for their toolkits, and if you use the code METALGM on checkout, you can get $5 off any toolkit purchase. Go check out ARKENFORGE and start making your own TTRPG maps today. On to the second system, Fate. Now if you're new to the TTRPG world, looking for a system that is easy to pick up, flexible, and works with any setting, then Fate or Fate Core might be for you. Fate is derived from the Fudge system, and uses a special set of 4 6-sided dice commonly known as Fate or Fudge dice. In place of numbers, these dice have 2 blank spaces, as well as 2 spaces with pluses and 2 spaces with minuses. To make a check, a player rolls all 4 of their dice, then adds or minuses 1 for each corresponding result on the die. For instance, if a player were to roll 2 pluses, a minus, and a blank, then the minus and one of the pluses cancel each other out, and the player is left with +1. This then gets added to their corresponding test skill for the final result. Adding onto this are the Fate system's aspects, fate points, and stunts. not to be confused with the Fantasy Age stunts. These are Fate Core stunts, okay? Aspects make up almost everything in the Fate Core system. Your character has aspects, a scene has aspects, environments have aspects, everything has aspects. And players can spend fate points to invoke these aspects and get a boost to their roll, usually a +2. Fate points are a resource that players can spend and earn throughout the game. Stunts are special abilities players can learn or create during play, helping to solidify their character's badassery. The book does give a number of examples for stunts, but players can make these up with GM permission, of course. So why do I love Fate Core? It is super quick and easy to pick up and run. The Fate system can easily be picked up and run with little advanced planning. Character generation is easy and quickly builds group dynamic and story hooks for your game. Generally, it is a perfect game for anyone who has been sitting with their friends and said the words, "Man, it's great to have a TTRPG session right now." 2. Its bare-bones system makes it extremely flexible. Fate was made to be played with any setting. Want to play a game based on your favorite TV show or movie? Play Fate Core. Want to play a game in your home city? Play Fate Core. Want to play a game? Look, just play Fate Core. Fate's aspects mechanics makes for extremely fun and exciting encounters. Utilizing aspects or creating them in a scenario or battle helps build a fantastic experience in a world that feels immersive and real. Now, there's really only one thing that I think needs work in this system, and it doesn't even really need work, it's just something that can be a bit of a barrier for some people. Creating stunts on the fly can be difficult and it can bog down the game. For newer players who don't fully understand the game mechanics or may just be a bit power hungry, the stunt mechanic can be a point of contention and can drag the game to a halt. However, this is fairly easy to counter if the GM simply uses stunts in a similar vein to magic items in other systems. You know, simply sort of handing them out as little rewards for people. But I seriously cannot recommend this system enough. I really want to run it more, and I think it deserves a lot more love than it's currently getting. It is a fantastic system for new and old fans of TTRPGs, and a perfect game for anyone who wants to sneak in a TTRPG session on the weekend. If you would like your own copy of Fate Core or Fantasy Age, you can find the link in the doobly-doo. And if you're interested in being a game master and want to know where to get started, you can check out my video here where I go into the foundational steps of running games. But as always, y'all, a huge thank you to my Ko-fi supporters. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. If you would like to help support the channel and get yourself some exclusive content from me, please go and check out my Ko-fi page. We have a number of tiers for subscription, all metal themed of course, and it really helps me keep bringing you wonderful content and streams. Just recently, I hit my Ko-fi goal for a new mic, and I have purchased the new Podmic USB, and I absolutely love it. Link for that will also be in the description, because I love the way this sounds. It's fantastic. But with that all said, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, all the things that Machine God likes, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one, y'all.